It's on now. The first one on.
I need to see the phone number. I need to see the phone number.
Huh? Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay, Engineer Harry, you can see my screen. I'm trying to open the video.
Okay. Chief from the Mola.
Good morning, all our leaders and distributors here in Korea. Of course, your Vice President for Business Development.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. So let's quickly unmute ourselves so that we can recite our positive self-affirmation for a maximum impact 2022. Are we ready?
Yes, we are ready. I am ready.
So positive self-affirmation for a maximum impact 2022. Number one, I have a heart
of gold.
A heart that cares for the success of other people. Number two, I am thankful and grateful now that I build leaders in my business daily. Number 3, I am thankful and grateful now that I am
MLM
MLM
rockstar.
rockstar in the
That I'll be
RCI project. Okay, number 4.
I am thankful and grateful now. That my team is expanding daily.
Okay, number 5.
I am
I am thankful
thankful
and grateful now
for now that
that
I
I
achieved
achieved my
my
income
income
goals
goals
for this
for this
month.
month.
Number 6.
I am
I am
thankful and
thankful and
grateful
grateful now
that I earn more than I ever expected.
In my duties.
Okay, number 7.
I'm becoming a
I'm
great
I'm
leader.
becoming a
becoming
great
a
leader
great
that
leader
drives
that
change.
drives change.
I'm
I'm
Again,
becoming a great
becoming a great
leader.
great
leader
leader
that
that
drives
drives
change.
change. I am
I'm
becoming
I'm
a great
becoming a
becoming a
leader
great
great
leader
that
leader
that
that
drives
drives
change.
drives change. With
With
God on
God
my
on my
God on my
side,
side,
side.
I am
I am
I'm
unstoppable.
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 Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, everyone. Mr. Azia Building, good morning. You're welcome.
Morning, ma.
Henry, good morning. Mrs. Peace, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Conwin, I don't know who is this Vivo. Vivo, who are you? What's your name? Vivo 1906. Is it Barry Don? Hello, Mr. Tom. Hello, Mr. Tom, are you there? Okay, good morning, Mr. Peace, Mr. Philip. Okay, so right now it's time for our mind shift, so I'll hand it over to, so please let's ensure we have our Millionaire School notebook. So I'll be muting everyone now. Get your Millionaire School book, try your best to write down everything you're learning. So I'll be handing over to Engineer Henry, who is going to be anchoring today's section. Okay. So Engineer Henry, over to you. So you can unmute yourself now, Engineer Henry.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
So should I go ahead and play?
Yes, yes.
Hi, good morning to all our leaders and distributors there in Nigeria. Of course, this is your Vice President for Business Development, Zerjan Gonzalez. And before anything else, I would like to greet each and every one of you a happy, and bigger, prosperous 2022, each and every one of you. And, this time of the year, every January, it has been our tradition for the longest time that we are conducting this kind of training we call Kickoff Training. Kickoff simply means for us to be able to kick off the activities, the momentum in our group. And of course, since this has been the tradition for the last few years as far as Alliance in Motion Global, it is also a time for us to set our goals. In fact, the whole management, not only in terms of the distributors and the network, the whole management at the same time actually are setting our goals, our vision, of course, with the direction of our board of directors. This time of the year is we set actually a time for what we're gonna do for the whole 2022, and we are also excited because there's so much things happening and will happen in our business, and I would like to congratulate each and every one of you for having the initiative to attend this training, to all our distributors in our RCs all over Nigeria. Well, this is actually the first training that we will ever conduct outside the Philippines. And Nigeria happens to be very close to our hearts since, this Nigeria is our first and foremost country that we have opened there in West Africa. So we're very proud of you for the last 7, 8 years. And, you've been continually growing despite the pandemic and all these things that happening around us, all these interruptions, disruptions. And as leaders, you are able to come out stronger because of your resiliency. We are here now. And again, we know that there's so much things in store for you there in Nigeria. So we have to be prepared for 2022. The board of directors has prepared so many plans, so many things for Alliance in Motion Global / Ed Plan 2.0. And again, I'm sure you've heard here in the Philippines, we just launched our Easyverse 3.0 because we continuously innovate for us to be able to grow even bigger. And that happens to be my topic for today. It's about having a growth mindset. Because the truth, ladies and gentlemen, is that when the company is continuously thinking on how we can grow, how we can further innovate, how we can become even bigger, well, the distributors and leaders might, or the distributors and leaders have to, grab this opportunity at the same time and be in, unison in terms of the movement of the whole company, because this is creating momentum for both the distributors and the company. And ladies and gentlemen, when the company, of course, is creating this kind of direction, growth, innovation, the leaders, ladies and gentlemen, must take that opportunity. All right, you must take that opportunity to also grow your own momentum in your own particular group. And that is what I call having a growth mindset. Because, if you never have this kind of attitude in our business, not only in our business, but in a lot of aspects in our lives, like our career, our relationship, if we never have this kind of mindset of growing, well, we become stagnant. All right, we never grow anymore, we never learn anymore, and we never experience new things in life because we are not open to growth. The fact is, a lot of people are not actually open to growth because they are afraid of changes. And there are a lot of things that, can change. Like there is internal and external things that, can change. And for us as leaders, there should be an ability for each and every one of us to be able to really adapt to this kind of changes that are happening around us. There's a lot of things around us that we cannot control. If there's a change in the economy, there's a change in the foreign exchange, there's a change in the prices, there's inflation, and of course, there's war, there's poverty, there's pandemic, there's COVID-19. We cannot control these things. And we cannot control the changes that these things can bring us to our lives, to our personal life, to our family, to our career, to our business. But ladies and gentlemen, we can always control our attitudes towards these things that are changing around us. So it's very important that each and every one must have this growth mindset, which means, embracing the unknown, being able to adapt to what is happening around us, being able to, develop new skills, acquire new skills, develop new habits, and of course, improve further in terms of our attitude. And as leaders, if you want to, get bigger income, get bigger goals in our business, well, you must personally grow at the same time. And that happens to start with having a growth mindset. Again, having a growth mindset means not fearing the unknown, getting out of your comfort zone. And if you regularly do what you're doing, you become comfortable with it. And if you are not aware about this growth mindset, ladies and gentlemen, before you know it, you're comfortable, you're not growing anymore, your income is not growing, your group is not growing, your leaders are not growing, and you become stagnant. And what happens is that along the way, you slide down. Along the way, you face a lot of challenges and you're not ready to it because you're not prepared. And then what happens to you? You become discouraged, you entertain these negative thoughts and everything, and you're not up for the challenge anymore. Because I'm telling you, when there's a lot of challenges happening around us, you must grow your skills and attitude to face those kind of challenges, because life is full of challenges. And sometimes these kind of challenges that we face are unique from the challenges we faced in the past. So if you never grow, ladies and gentlemen, you are not going to, be able to really deal effectively with these new challenges happening around us. So that's why everyone must be open to growth. Everyone must be open to change. Everyone must adapt. Everyone must innovate. everyone has to have this kind of growth mindset. So let me begin, ladies and gentlemen, with my topic. First and foremost, of course, we have to understand, to be able to grow, we have to embrace the universal law, which says about the law of sowing and reaping. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to grow, of course, it's important that you keep on sowing. All right? You keep on sowing, which means you have to really work hard to improve your skills. You have to really work hard to, in terms of your effort, to really do something every day, keeps you busy every day to grow your business. What I'm saying about sowing and reaping is that when we improve our skills, when we dedicate enough time, when we attend a lot of trainings, then that is in fact, those are actually steps for us to grow. When we read books, when we listen to our mentors, when we keep updated, when we research, all right? When again, because there's a lot of things that has changed because of this pandemic. Actually, we call this pandemic the great accelerator, which means what could happen in the next 5 to 10 years, supposedly, in terms of technology, because of this pandemic, it accelerated, which means what is happening now in terms of technology, in terms of interaction, in terms of the social media and all these applications coming out as far as the internet is concerned, these things are supposed to happen 5 to 10 years from now. But because of the pandemic, we are now experiencing and using this kind of technology. So if we, ladies and gentlemen, are still living in the past, like we think that, oh, I hope the pandemic will be over so that I will go back to my old style of networking, the traditional way of building my business. Ladies and gentlemen, if you keep living in the past, if you keep hoping, I'm sorry to tell you, hoping is actually a very bad strategy. That's why we have to sow. We have to plant new things for us to grow even further. You have to dedicate time to enhance your online skills. You have to dedicate enough time to improve your presentation, because a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, we will be targeting new market, especially with our upcoming improvement we call the Economy Designer 3.0. Watch out, in Nigeria, we're very excited. We are going to launch something very, very wonderful there that will really skyrocket your income, that will make your income really grow. And this is what we call the Ed Plan 3.0. So what I'm saying is that, this will open to new market, this will open to new opportunities. And if you never, ladies and gentlemen, prepare for that, well, I'm telling you, you'll never be able to maximize the opportunity that we are doing for you. So the law is simple. It always will, if you keep sowing. Something, ladies and gentlemen, will eventually happen if you keep sowing, if you keep investing, if you keep planting. Eventually, you will reap the rewards of your effort. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, sometimes it takes time to actually reap the rewards of what you have sowed or what you have planted, simply because there is what we call the law of gestation. And gestation simply means a time necessary for everything before they come into form, which means before anything becomes physically or becomes visibly or becomes, tangible. Ladies and gentlemen, it takes time, and that time is called gestation. For a baby, ladies and gentlemen, to really, the gestation period of a baby, is 9 months before actually the mom or the mother, all right, gives birth. It takes about 9 months, all right, for the woman, for the mom to actually give birth. And that 9 months is what we call gestation. You go to the forest, there are ferns, there are different plants, and there are bamboos. Fern, the regular, this plant we call fern, I hope you know that. A regular or normal fern can actually grow in about 3 to 4 weeks. But Japanese bamboo or the Chinese bamboo takes them about 5 years before they can actually grow and become really, really tall. They have different gestation period because they serve different purposes in the forest. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you understand this gestation period and never get discouraged. Time to grow. All right. Everybody has different gestation period. Do not compare your race to other people's race. Do not compare your result to other people's result. The thing is, your time will come because the universal law of sowing and reaping dictates that it will always happen, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep sowing. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the next topic is about the law of averages. All right, this is very important in terms of your growth mindset because your road to improvement. All right, your road to growing means you have to understand the law of averages. That simply means that before you become a master, you have to really understand that every master was once a disaster. If you are average, you're just an average distributor, which means you have the average skills. You're not an expert yet. You don't know how to handle a big group yet. You don't know how to lead leaders yet. It's okay. Because the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of your success, if you still lack the skills, the law of averages says that what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. So what I'm saying is that your batting average, your sign-up average will go higher if you do it by numbers. So you have to understand the law of averages, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to really grow, if you want to grow your income, if you want to grow your network, if you want to grow your sign-ups, especially this, with the upcoming new and innovative marketing plan, all right, improved marketing plan we call the Ed Plan 3.0. Well, on the onset, while you are still starting, of course, you still have to learn the new skills, how to sign up people which are matched, which are actually good for this kind of marketing plan. So what I'm saying is that when you still lack the skills, don't worry about it. The growth mindset, don't get frustrated. Having a growth mindset means you understand that what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. So you must be able to teach this to your downline, especially those who are starting, so that they will never be frustrated. That, the mistake of many people is that they quit even before they actually master and learn all the skills. But you cannot learn the skills overnight. You learn them through a lot of people you talk to, a lot of presentation you do, a lot of closing that you do, a lot of rejection that you encounter. Because the truth is, again, what you lack in skills, you can actually make up in numbers. That's the right growth mindset that leaders must have for them to become successful in our business. Next, all right, another thing, it's very important when you are, on your road to really growing your network, we have to understand that there's going to be a lot of challenges. There's going to be a lot of things, as I've said earlier, that we are not able to control. We've never anticipated back 2 years ago, back in 2019, that this COVID-19 from China will actually spread all over the world and will create a lot of interruptions and disruptions in our personal life, even in our business. And, with this kind of things that are happening around us, we cannot simply wait. We have to do something. Because the truth is, the set of the sales means it's what you do that happens to you. It's not what actually happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. So everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for the last 2 years, it's the same wind that blows to us all. It's the same pandemic. It's the same COVID-19. But, if you look, there are still so many people who became great, became successful despite this COVID-19, despite this pandemic. But at the other side of the spectrum, there are some people who did not do anything, who did not improve, who become depressed and frustrated, and who has this kind of victim mentality. And they never actually got out from that kind of mentality that until now, after 2 years, they still feel that they're victims. Why did this pandemic happen? Why did God created this COVID, this virus and everything? They blame the government for the mask. They blame the government for the vaccine. They blame God. They blame Chinese. They blame everything. And they never came up with anything that can actually help them alleviate their situation. And I hope, ladies and gentlemen, to all the leaders I'm talking to today, I hope you're one of those people who are able to adopt, who are able to, still continue and improve in terms of your skills so that you will be able to adapt to this changing landscape of doing business. Because it's no excuse, ladies and gentlemen, that we are facing this kind of interruption, disruption. We're facing a lot of lockdowns. We are facing a lot of challenges brought by this virus. In a lot of parts of the world, their governments actually impose a lot of restrictions and lockdowns, or what we call quarantine. And to me, and we've been living with this kind of situation for the last 2 years. They can quarantine. They can quarantine us. They can quarantine us, but they cannot quarantine our dreams. They cannot quarantine our spirit. They can quarantine us physically, but that doesn't mean we cannot do anything. We cannot do prospecting. We cannot do online marketing. We cannot sell anymore. We cannot do presentation anymore. The fact is, again, we have to, have the resilience, the right attitude to face this kind of problem. A lot of people, especially those with victim mentality, they wish, ladies and gentlemen, they have less problems. But the truth is, don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills, for the best attitude to face these problems, because that is where we grow. When we face a lot of challenges, when we face problems, there is where we grow. The true test of leaders, not when things are doing good, not when things are doing smoothly. The true test of leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is when things are rough, when things are tough, when things are challenging. Because as leaders, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best skills that you must have is what I call the problem-solving skills. And you can only have this kind of skills if you are able to face a lot of challenges and overcome them, if you're able to face a lot of problems and overcome them. Along the way, you're able actually to develop and enhance your problem-solving skills. In every business, career, and everything, as good leaders, ladies and gentlemen, they provide solution. And if you can provide solution to your team, you can provide solution to your network, to your downlines. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your network will even grow bigger. Your network, your income will even grow bigger if you have that kind of skills. Again, so how do you acquire this kind of skills? If you face problems, if you face challenges. And not only that, again, do not wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges. Wish for more wisdom. So I hope that, I'm getting my message across to each and every one of you. As part of having a growth mindset, everyone must be open to challenges and problems and not be afraid. And, let's have the courage to face everything. Because, again, as I've said earlier, part of having a growth mindset is actually getting out of your comfort zone, facing the unknown, removing your fear, and embracing these problems and challenges, because along the way, you will be acquiring wisdom, you will be acquiring new skills, particularly problem-solving skills. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of it all, you will become a better person because of these things. I've been talking about acquiring new skills, especially with this pandemic, with this situation, with this COVID-19, where we are being restricted most of the time in our home, in our place. The new office right now is our home. The new restaurant right now is our home. We cannot simply have the old skills that we have previously before in the past, because again, we cannot do physical presentations. Most of the time, we cannot do one-on-one presentation. We must acquire new skills on how we can still do the business, still grow our network, still develop our leaders with this changing landscape around us. And I hope you guys know the importance right now of really, having meetings via Zoom. using a lot of platforms like Viber, using platforms or social media where we can maximize communication and interaction without having to see each other, without interacting physically, but we can still interact virtually. And a lot of things have changed over the last 2 years on how a lot of business people all over the world were conducting their business. And they were able to adapt simply because they developed new skills, ladies and gentlemen, that are actually very useful to this new business environment. And, when you develop new skills, you have to understand that you are actually laying the foundation for your entrepreneurial career. Okay, so not only must we have the right attitude, but having a growth mindset means we are open to developing new skills. We are open to new learnings. We are open to learning from other people's experience. We are, open to attending a lot of training so that we can enhance our skills that are useful for this kind of environment that we have right now. And of course, it's very, very important that as leaders, you must develop new skills, especially with online marketing, where you can conduct your meetings, you can conduct your presentations, you can conduct prospecting and everything. You must know how to maximize the use of social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just by simply using these platforms, you can actually grow your business. Because once you learn something new in network marketing as leaders, it is your job to pass what you know, to also train what you know to your downlines, because in doing so, you are doing a great service to a lot of people, especially to your team. And the truth is, service to many people, service to your team, service to your downlines and leaders actually leads to greatness. It is what makes leaders great. When they are open to service, when they work hard to serve their people because they have the skills, they're open to growth, they embrace changes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what makes leaders great. Service to many leads to greatness. And one of the best opportunities that we can actually do this in terms of servicing to other people is by stepping up to be an upline, to be the leader of your team, because in that way you can help a lot of people, and that actually leads to greatness. All right, so I hope each and every one of you are seeing the big picture here, that we are not only helping our downlines, we are not only teaching them simply because we want to make money, we want to help them also make money, grow their commission and everything. Service, ladies and gentlemen, to others, again, leads to greatness. You become great by being of service to other people. And it's very, very important to develop new skills, because your future, ladies and gentlemen, will be determined by the kind of skills that you have. Not only in network marketing, not only in any business, but this applies to all the industry. If you're a career person, if you're an office worker, if you're an 8 to 5 worker, your salary, your promotion, your benefits will highly depend upon the skills that you have. It's actually what kind of value you can offer to your company. And I'd like to pose a challenge to each and every one of you. Are you growing your skills over the last few years, or are you open to even growing it further? Because the height of your success will highly depend on your openness to learn more, to become bigger, to grow more. And that includes, ladies and gentlemen, again, your skills, because if you improve on your skills, your income will improve, your team will improve, your network will improve, everything will actually improve. Because a true leader, ladies and gentlemen, understands that growth is never ending. It's a non-stop process. And that's one of the great responsibilities that big leaders have. They have to keep growing for their team to grow as well, for their team not to become obsolete. They have to keep progressing. And that is what I call having a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means embracing what's going to happen there in Nigeria very soon. with the implementation and launching of the Ed Plan 3.0. You simply need to trust the company about this because we have seen what will happen there because we've implemented this based on our data, based on the data we have collected in terms of your performance, market behavior, in terms of statistics, in terms of the income, in terms of the demographics. All right, we have this kind of data that we based our innovation, our new plan with. So you have to understand that to be able to maximize this Ed Plan 3.0, make sure that you have the right skills. Develop your skills because I'm telling you, the amount of income you'll be making in this plan, the new and improved plan, will highly depend on the skills of finding the right prospect, finding the right market, optimizing your market, finding the right niche. These are the new skills in terms of prospecting that you must know to be able to maximize this Ed Plan 3.0 because this Ed Plan 3.0, I'm telling you, will open up a new market for each and every one of you. So you must develop the skills of looking for the right target market for this kind of plan that we will be launching there in Nigeria very, very soon. So again, because these packages that are coming up there very, very soon are really very, very, enticing for a lot of people who would want to make big direct referral bonus. Get excited because there are a lot of people out there, our prospects previously in the past, who turned us down simply because in their mind, our direct referral bonus is too small. Like if they sell 1 account, 3 accounts, or 7 accounts, or even 15 accounts, the direct referral bonus is basically the same for 1, 3, 7, 15 accounts. Doesn't matter. Same effort, but you get the same direct referral bonus. But what if we come up with a plan, we come up with packages that have big direct referral bonus? What I'm saying is that you can actually go back to your prospects who turned you down in the past. You can actually present this new opportunity again to them. And this will be very enticing, especially for people who would want to make big income in their sign-up. So hold your horses because we will be launching this Ed Plan 3.0 very, very soon. We shall have formal launching. We will teach how to do it. We will, make big announcement about this. So just be excited for now. But my message is very simple. You must have the right skills for this new opportunity, for this new growth, for these new packages, for this new plan. All right? Again, in relation to the new skills that I have been mentioning earlier, this relates to your communication skills, your presentation skills, because a lot of things in your communication and presentation will have to improve. That I'm saying this because your presentation skills and communication skills must match. All right, they must be in congruence with this kind of opportunity that we have, the Ed Plan 3.0. In terms of your closing techniques, you have to improve on that. I can further explain this to you once we are training the real plan already, the Ed Plan 3.0 already, because I would not want, I am not in the full liberty yet to discuss with you the full details, but because that is upon the shoulders, the responsibility of Dr. Ed being our president, of course, Sir John being our CMO. But what I'm saying here is just to give you a bird's eye view. In terms of your presentation, in terms of your communication skills, you will have to add something, all right, especially in the closing part, closing technique, on how you can present the Ed Plan 3.0 in a way that is effective, that is, that is going to be so enticing for your prospects. So that's going to be exciting. So what I'm pertaining to is that in terms of your communication presentation skill, you have to really train your downlines in the future about this. You have to really teach them how to do it. And more importantly, as leaders, you must have the ability to inspire your team to embrace this new plan. That is what I call growth mindset. Having a growth mindset means embracing this innovation, embracing this new plan without hesitation because you trust us, you trust Doc Ed, you trust the company. We've been there for 7-8 years. We've done some changes and improvement for the last 7-8 years. And I'm very proud to tell you that all those changes that we have done, all those improvement and innovation that we've done there for the last few years, guess what? They made your income bigger. They made you become multimillionaires. We've helped people become millionaires faster than ever. If you trust us, all right? The same way, this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we will even make more millionaires faster there in Nigeria. We will make you multi-millionaires. And I'm telling you, this is really growth for everybody. Not only for the company, but for the whole people there. So you must have the ability to inspire group, rally them to really embrace the changes and growth that we are doing there in Nigeria. Another thing, all right, before I end, again, as I have mentioned this earlier, that every master was once a disaster. But there are steps, ladies and gentlemen, that you can actually follow on your road to mastery. Number one, your road to mastery, all right, number one tip, okay, when you are on the road to being a master, you have to value learning over money. And this is the mistake of many people. Because a lot of people have been oriented that they will easily make money in our business, that they will become millionaires, that this is a get rich quick scheme in a way that when you compare it to other endeavors, like when you compare it to working for other people, when you compare it to employment, this is actually a scheme, a plan that is quicker, way quicker and better than other plans. But you have to understand that it is not just about the money. It is about the experience. It is about the learning that you can have, the learning that you can acquire, because money is just temporary, but the things that you will learn from your experience are those things that will make you more valuable, not only to your team, but in this entire world. So on your road to mastery, don't be tempted about, don't be lured so much to the power of money. Make sure that along the way you savor the experience to learn something. So value learning over money. Keep expanding your horizon. This is having a growth mindset. All right? Keep expanding your horizon means, trying to expand, to learn. Learn new skills. Make new friends. Join an organization. Open your minds to a lot of things. Open your minds to technology. Open your minds to financial literacy. Open your minds to running a business. Open your minds to career-oriented programs. Keep expanding your horizons because, again, having a growth mindset means being open to a lot of learning. When you want to become a master, ladies and gentlemen, we have this tendency when we are learning so much already, we as human have this tendency of becoming or having a feeling of superiority when we know so much already. But on your road to mastery, I recommend that you must always revert back to feeling of inferiority, that you don't know so much yet. Because the moment you tell yourself that you know so much things, the moment you assume, all right, in your perception, you assume that you know everything already, that's the time you stop learning. But if you want to keep on improving, if you want to always be hungry for learning, if you want to be hungry for skills, if you want to become an expert, always have this feeling of inferiority that you don't know so much yet, because when you have that kind of mindset that you don't know so much yet, you are still going to be open to learning. You are thirsty. You're always hungry for something new. So revert back, always revert back to a feeling of inferiority so that you will always be open to learning. You will be open to enhancing your skills, developing new skills, and everything. On your road to mastery, there's going to be a lot of challenges and problems. So move toward resistance and pain. All right? It is what masters do before they actually become masters. All right? They've been through a lot. They have a lot of scars. They have a lot of wounds. They've encountered so many things, so many problems, but those things made them better people. Those things made them leaders. Those things made them masters. So if some of you are going through this resistance and pain and everything, all right, in terms of your business, personal life and everything, and your network, your downlines, your teams, every now and then post different challenges. They give you different problems and nonstop and everything. Just embrace it, move towards it, learn the experience, learn the skills, because ladies and gentlemen, you become more effective along the way because you learn from pain. We learn from discomfort. Comfort zone happens to be a place where you never learn anything. Getting out of your comfort zone, you experience a lot of resistance and pain, but you learn new skills. Your pain tolerance gets higher. Your resistance gets, like immunity, it gets stronger, and you are posed for more success because you are prepared. You have the growth mindset. Apprentice yourself in failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of your success. So if you want to become masters, you embrace failure, you welcome them, you know that failure is like a benchmark, it's like a sign that you're doing something, that's why you are paying. If you don't want to fail, then ladies and gentlemen, do nothing. If you want to become successful big time, I'm telling you, you have to fail big time as well. Rejection big time, opposition big time, pain big time, resistance big time, effort big time, because big goals, big dreams means big challenges and problems and a lot of failures along the way. So if you want to become masters, ladies and gentlemen, do not be affected by a lot of failures that you will be encountering along the way. To become more effective in what you're doing, you have to combine the why and the how. It's not just about the motivation. It's not just about your compelling reason. It's not just about having a big why. Because a lot of people, when you attend the NDO, they say there that you must have a big why, that you must have a compelling reason and everything. But the truth is, they are motivated. They know why they are doing the business, but they are not successful. They're not making any progress simply because they don't know what to do. They don't know the how. So the why part is important. That is where you get your motivation. That is where you get your inspiration. That is where you get your compelling reason. But without knowing what to do or how to do it, without the proper skills, the system, the program, the mentoring of your upline, I'm sorry to tell you, motivation can get you nowhere. It cannot get you far. So motivation plus skills, motivation plus knowing how, motivation plus having the right skills and direction and programming system, that is how you get far in this business. So to be a masters, make sure you have a compelling reason, your big why, but you also must know how to do the business, what to do to grow your business. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we learn from experience, and of course, the best way to learn is from other people, from other people's experience. But the truth is, we can learn from our own mistakes. So let's advance through trial and error. All right? That's the best way, one of the best ways, not only the way, one of the best ways that we can actually learn to become master is to, learn from our mistakes. Do it by trial and error until such time that you actually make it right. Because the truth is, we learn best from our mistakes. So do it by trial and error. It may take you some time, all right? But for me, just to give you an advice, to actually shorten the period of your road to mastery, is that instead of just advancing through trial and error, learn from other people's experience, and that is from your mentors. Learn from your mentors. You can advance through trial and error, but to become more effective, learn from other people's success, learn from their failures, learn from their mistakes, and the best source of those things, the best source of knowledge, the best source of learning actually is from people who were able to do it already. It's best to learn from people who already got your goals, who already got your dreams, because they already have the roadmap. It's very important that when you learn from them, you apply it to your personal life, to your business, but at the same time, when you move forward, make sure that you advance through trial and error. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the things that you must do on your road to mastery. Because again, if you want to grow even bigger in our business, that's why our theme for this year is Bigger 2022, because we are very confident. We are very sure what we are doing or what we're going to do there in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, you will really become bigger and bigger there this 2022. The only thing that, ladies and gentlemen, would like to ask each and every one of you is that, are you ready? Tell that person beside you, I am ready. Tell that person beside you on your right, say, I am ready. Tell that person on your left, I am ready. And tell everybody in your room right now, with the loudest scream and loudest voice you have, tell them, I am ready this 2022. Good morning to each and every one of you. More power. Watch out for Eggplant 3.0. Power.
Wow. Wow, good morning, everyone. I hope everybody can hear me.
Yes.
I hope everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, go to the chat box and type 1. Wow, this is a very wonderful session this morning. This morning, the person that was speaking to us is our Vice President, Business Development Engineer, Georgian Gonzalez. So he has taken us through a lot, talking about our Ed Plan 2.0, our new plan, our new innovative and the improved plan. And he started with a lot of things. He started with our comfort zone and the things happening around us. The things happening around us are like the pandemic or the lockdown all over the world and everything, trying to cage us from, cage us away from doing our business, But along the line, it came with a lot of changes, a lot of surprises, and it came with a lot of improvement in the way we do business. So right now, our business, we have moved from the traditional way of doing business to, a more modernized and a technology-driven way doing our business. So right now, what we are talking about is a growth mindset. The growth mindset. We must have the growth mindset. So what does it mean to have that growth mindset? That growth mindset is for you to have the right mindset. The right mindset, for you to have an open-minded, for you to be an open-minded person, someone who is open to learn new things, someone who is open to, try new things and see them work out, and see them, work out and impress you and, give you results. And you will in turn pass those things that you learned down to your downlines, your success lines, those you brought into the business. You pass it down to them, because while you are facing those, problems, those challenges, it will help you to acquire new skills. Because when you solve them, it means that you applied the new skills, new things to solve them. So while solving them, you will take note of those new skills, so that at the end of the day, you will pass it down to your downlines, to your team, those you brought to the business. In that way, you are giving, service. And as you're giving service, you will grow. Because the best way to become great is to render service to other people. So I hope you enjoyed this session. So if you really enjoyed the session, go to the chat box and type 111 for me before I continue. All right. All right. All right. All right. So the right growth mindset. Number one, sorry. Number one is the law of, sowing and reaping. So you must have that mindset of this universal law of sowing and reaping, because the law states that once you keep on sowing and reaping, it will always come. That means results will always do what? Come. So keep on sowing and reaping so that you will grow, so that when the result comes, you grow. And as you're sowing and reaping, you will improve your skills. You will do what? Improve your skills. So how do you improve your skills? You improve your skills by, attending trainings, reading books like we do in RODI. We read different books in order to grow ourselves personally and also grow our team. We attend meetings when they call for trainings. you attend the training, you attend the meeting for the training, you don't miss out. And when you get all these things, you also go an extra mile of acting on them, putting them into action. Because if you listen to him, he was talking about that the strategy of hope is a disastrous one. That you don't hope, that is a wrong strategy. So at the end of the day, you must do what? You must act. You must act. When you learn, when you improve yourself, how do you know that you have improved yourself? It is when you have put into action and it gives you results. That's the only time you not say, oh yes, this is working for me now, I've improved. But if you learn all these things and you're not 10xing your action, we started this year with 10x. You are not 10xing your action, it means that you will remain stagnant. And from what our vice president was saying, if you see yourself remaining stagnant, that means you are dying in the business. You no longer do prospecting, you no longer do presentation, no longer do invitation, you no longer do closing. You see your business, you see your DTC staying without money, entering into your DTC. I don't know how many of us that used to log into their DTC every morning. If you are here, you log into your DTC every morning, can you type 2 for me? Because for some time now I've been sad because I've not registered one person since 1 month ago. So if you always go to your DTC and when you see the number there 0, you withdraw everything and you are seeing 0, you are sad. Type 2 on the chat box. Type 2 on the chat box for me. All right. Thank you so much for that. I know every time I wake up after my prayer with my family, I always go to my DTC to check, even whether I will see, money that I earned through leverage that I didn't work for. That let me just go. But each time I go, I don't see anything. So that makes me to work harder. Even as I woke up this morning, I started pulling up some of my prospects. Some were saying they would pay. The one I prospected personally, like 3 of them, because each time I see that DTC, I want somebody to enter so that not even only the money I will earn, I will have more experience, maybe through the way I close, through the new way I started closing. I know that, okay, this is what is working now. So without wasting much of our time, let's go through the right growth mindsets that we are highlighted in our training this morning. We've talked about the first one. The first one talks about the law of sowing and reaping. This law is a universal law. It is there, universal. It is natural. It is natural that when you continue sowing, you must do what? You must reap. The Lord says that it will always come, that the result will always come. So it is not that we are gazing. It is not a case of we are gazing, oh, will it come, will it not come? The law is natural and it's universal. It says that it will do what? Always come. That reaping time will do what? Come. So all we do is for us to continue to sow. So in our sowing, we have to do the right sowing. You don't just go and sow without a direction or sow without. How do you sow? You sow by improving your what? Skills. You improve your what? Skills. Grow and improve your skills. He made mention of communication and presentation. You improve your communication skills, how you communicate to your prospects, how you communicate to your downlines, to your team, how you communicate to them matters a lot. Because your team, your power is in your team. Your power is in your team. You cannot do it alone. In order to maximize everything you do in the business, you must have a right team. And you as the leader, you must do what? You must bring that what? Momentum. You must be the first to kick off the momentum. You must be the one to inspire the team. You inspire them. As you inspire them, the momentum will start to vibrate. And before you know it, everybody will catch the fire. And as everybody is working and putting everything in action, the results will come. So you learn the skills, you attend trainings and order, you read books. That's how you sow. As you are doing those things, you are sowing into yourself. As you are reading those books, you are sowing into yourself. As you are going towards through those trainings, in order to improve your skills, you are doing what? Sowing into yourself. And the Lord said that the one day that the result will do what? Come. So it is rest assured that you must do what? Reap after sowing. So you can see the pandemic came and the pandemic helped us to do what? Accelerate all that we would have done, that would have taken us 5 years to 10 years. The pandemic helped us to do what now? Accelerate them. Making us to use now technology. Look at these days, before we don't use Zoom, but now we use Zoom for our presentation and all that. We now do our meetings on Zoom and all that. We do our presentation, everything on Zoom. That's the power of technology, and it's because of the pandemic that these things are coming out now. So we have to, dedicate time to improve our presentation. Now we have what we call gestation period. A lot of us, like I remember one of my downlines piece was telling me a few days ago that, the thing is becoming somehow, strong and boring a bit. That when you prospect to people, they will tell you they will, come. At the end of the day, they won't come. Or maybe invite them for presentation and invite them for, things they won't, they will tell you, they will assure you they will come. But at the end of the day, when during presentation, our business presentation, you will not see them. So I was like, as the leader, I was not telling her that these things are things we learn from each other. When you have challenges like this, share with your leader, share with other ones, so that you get solution. I was also telling her that our business is a game of number, is a number game. You can reach out to as many as possible. That you will receive no, you will receive a lot of no, but let that no not discourage you. Let it not discourage you. Continue to reach out to people. You will, those no's will give you your yes. It's when you try that you will get results. So the second one here is talking about the law of average. But before the law of average, the gestation period is the period of time it takes results to manifest. It is a period of time in between which or after which the results will do what? Manifest. So many of us here, we are in our gestation period. We have been trying and we are thinking that this thing is not working and all that. But know that as you are trying and sowing, your reaping is coming and everything has been in line and those things will surely manifest. Your results will surely manifest. So always have in mind that you have what we call a gestation period, especially when you indulge yourself in a new venture, in a new thing. Give it time. Do all that you can. And I know that all that you can is all that you can do. All that you can do will give you the best. So that's that. Then the law of average here says that what you lack in skills, you do what? You make in numbers. What you lack in skills, you make in numbers. Some of us here, they will tell you they don't know how to talk to people, their communication is poor and all that. So, but if you don't know how to present, you don't know how to close, you can still prospect and invite. Only prospecting and inviting will make you a millionaire in this business. So while you are training yourself, helping yourself to get better on presentation, closing, and all that, some of my downlines, when it comes to closing, they will be shaking. They will say they want to call me. Right from the beginning, I used to start with them, teaching them the basic closing, basic sentence and words you use in closing. You don't need to think too much and all that. I used to teach them, but at the end of the day, they are looking for one superior, they need a more superior sentences that
It's needed now.
so, yes, they are looking at it as that is they are trying to convince. But I was telling you, it's not about convincing your own is to educate the person. You are not convincing the person. So, but when it comes to closing, they won't use that simple words. I started with them while they learn about other ones. But they will be wanting to, use a better word, better this to, convince. Say no. So once you know prospecting and inviting, then as you are learning, as you are doing them, you can also learn closing and presentation from your leader. So only prospecting and inviting can even earn you millions in this business. So the law of average say that what you lack in skills, you make up in numbers. So it means that you must make sure that a large number of people see your business. You must let's expose your business to a large number of people. That's why we call it a number game. So the third one is the set of sale. The set of sale means that it's what you do that happens to you. It's what you do that happens to you. If you have a wrong attitude towards the business, that wrong attitude will come back to you. Just like we have pandemic. We have pandemic now. You will not leave your mind. You need to engage your mind to think out solutions to face the pandemic rather than complaining about the pandemic. So that's what it means, that what you do happens to you. it is what you do that come back to you. If you do good, good will come back to you. If you do bad, bad will come back to you. So what matters here is what? The resilience and the right what? Attitude. So don't wish that there's what Engineer Nonso used to say. Engineer Nonso used to say that don't wish it was easy, but wish that you were better at it. I always hear him say that. He say, don't wish it was easy, but wish that you are better at it. That same mindset is what I used to work in my workplace. Whenever I have challenge, I don't let that challenge to weigh me down because it's engineering. You have a lot of challenges. But I always go look at sort out ways in order to do it faster and better. Because what we in our place, we calculate downtime and the quality of job you deliver. If you deliver the job and the next day the job breaks down, the machine breaks down again, it's a poor job. So you need to deliver the right, at the right time, at the shortest possible time, and also let it be a quality job. So that's how you develop yourself. That's how you sell yourself. When you see problems, embrace them. Do you know why you're embracing them? Because at the end of the day, when you solve the problems, you must have acquired new skills that helped you to solve that problem. Those new skills will give you an edge over others. Those that when they see problem, they run. Those that don't face problem, you that face problem, you acquire new skills that put you to an edge over them. So that's why you see some people are progressing